Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And today I have with me one of the diamonds in the rough. His name is Andrew Trainer. He's an offensive tackle out of William and Mary. How you doing, bud?
Hey, I'm doing good, Jimmy. Thanks for having me.
Hey, nice to have you on. I mean, obviously, a huge offensive lineman out there at William and Mary. Very successful, lineman out there. Really, really doing well for your program. Let's just kind of, I don't know, walk through your journey a little bit, if you don't mind. Give me like a bit of your background, and kind of lead us up towards, you being there at William and Mary.
Yeah, so I've had a pretty interesting college journey. It started in high school. I'm from Alexandria, Virginia. I went to St. Stephen's St. Agnes High School and played a bunch of positions like tight end, defensive end for Coach Bernard Joseph there. And so from there, I was recruited to play tight end at University of Illinois by Bill Cubitt and his staff. I was kind of just excited to try something new, go out to the Midwest. And I can't say enough good things. Like it was a great experience out there. And while I was out there, about halfway through, my body kept growing, hitting the weight room. So I ended up switching to offensive tackle. And so, it was an adjustment at first, but then when I graduated, I decided to pursue grad school at William and Mary, and also have a really great relationship with Coach Mike London down there. He's one of my favorite coaches in the business, so I really wanted to play for him. So yeah, I elected to go to William and Mary, start my MBA studies there, and play for the Tribe. And it's been really beneficial. I think I've grown a lot since I stepped on campus. Really developed as an offensive lineman. A lot of the credit goes to my offensive line coach, Coach Samus. I mean, we've worked every day on this stuff, so that's kind of how I ended up here at William and Mary.
Awesome. So kind of interesting. You were telling me like how you have grown over the years, and it sounds as if you probably grew a few more inches as you went out to Illinois. Was that the case?
Yeah, I was always tall. I always thought I was going to play basketball in college because I hit about 6'6" in high school. And then, yeah, I probably grew to about another inch to 6'7" in college my first year. But then definitely, I went into college about 235 pounds and just each year was gaining like 15 to 20 pounds.
Right. So I mean, obviously, right now you're at a really good size for an offensive lineman, almost 6'8", 320 pounds. So, where does that put you? Does that put you on the left side, the right side? What's been your experience level?
Yeah, so here at William and Mary, I've played probably 90% of my snaps at left tackle. But definitely one thing my coach Samus, my offensive line coach, and I have worked on is just being able to play a lot of positions, and that goes for a lot of the linemen we have. I mean, we have a lot of guys who've played in different spots, whether it's from injury or with the whole COVID thing that's been going on. You never know who's going to be available and who's not. So we all try to learn multiple positions. So I played left tackle, right tackle. Before this past fall, I never played guard before, but because of COVID issues, I started a game at left guard. So yeah, I think other center is the only one I haven't played in college so far.
Well, I mean, you're a pretty tall guy, so I mean, I don't necessarily want you to be playing center, anyways. I mean, I'd rather keep you on the outside if we can. Um, Obviously, you were talking there about a little bit of versatility, playing left or right, or even coming inside. I mean, when you've been asked to because of emergencies and things of that nature. Do you feel like that's like the best part of about you as a prospect? I mean, what do you feel separates you as a prospect going into the professional leagues?
Yeah, well, I think probably the first thing is I would say I have elite size. I'm good arm length, pretty tall. With that though, I think I can move really well for someone my size. I think I have really good footwork for a big man, and then able to bend and run. I think not a lot of guys can run like I can. And then yeah, just the versatility. I know it's there's only so many left tackle positions, so I mean, I'll play left tackle, right tackle, guard, center. It doesn't matter to me.
Sure. And as you're kind of studying that position, I mean, maybe looking at players at like the next level, who are you looking at? Who are you like big fans of that are, currently playing in the NFL?
Yeah, so like the first starters, I mean, I just see you got some nice signs in the back. But growing up near DC, it was always Trent Williams for me. I mean, I still watch him pretty much every Sunday. I would say we're probably not the same player. You know, he's more of a shorter, more stout, quickie guy or quick guy. But just watching him play in DC, I mean, I think you could argue he's still the best left tackle in the NFL. But there was no doubt for like that 4 or 5 year run while he was in DC. And then I guess like body comp, I look at like Andrew Whitworth or Alejandro Villanueva, just massive guys playing left tackle who can also move really well, are athletic. So I watch a lot of different guys.
Gotcha. I mean, obviously, again, like you were saying, I mean, listing some of the, better guys there in the league. I mean, obviously Trent Williams, very respectable left tackle. I mean, really an animal out there. Just been one heck of a beast. Like you really don't want to get in his way because I mean he's just got some nasty hands to him as well. So um, definitely one of the great guys to look at. Andrea, one of the things I've been talking to some people about that especially at the small school level is the COVID year, the 2020 year, because I mean for a lot of small school teams like they weren't able to play in 2020. So talk me through that year for you. I mean, obviously you didn't play, so I mean, what were you doing, and how did you stay motivated during that time?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it was so long ago. It's only been like less than 2 years, but yeah, I guess when COVID first started, like most people, just went into lockdown. But then as things kind of eased up, uh, definitely me and a lot of my teammates were expecting to have a season in the fall of 2020. So although there weren't organized workouts, we had a lot of guys either hopping the fence and running places, or just like we built a makeshift gym in our garage, me and my roommates. So just trying to stay in shape. And then they actually canceled the season, which was disheartening. But they said we'd try to play in the spring. And although it was definitely nowhere near a full season, we still got 3 games in, which is definitely, I mean, from sitting around for however many months to being able to actually play, like I'll take that. And so that was the end of my 5th year, and I was like, I don't want to leave it like this. Like I really feel like this team has something special. If we can get a lot of these guys to come back, the fall of 2021 will be a great year for us. And we came. I think we went through a lot of adversity, a lot of stuff people know, a lot of stuff people don't know. But I really could not say better things about Coach Lund and his staff and his team, because I think we really rebounded from the COVID year and came out firing in the fall of 2021.
Yeah, and obviously for you, I mean, in fall 2021, I mean, ended up being named first team all conference. So I mean, definitely, a great accolade there. For the very short spring season, I mean, you were second team all conference there, but I mean, being able to finish it, pretty strong there with a really great accolade, really helps as well. So, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's like has that been like your biggest accomplishment over the past 5 or 6 years?
Maybe individually, but it's offensive line. It's pretty much a team unit. I mean, I can't say enough things. Like we have a lot of really great offensive linemen at William and Mary. I mean, we led the league in rushing, fewest sacks allowed. So I mean, if you ask me, it should have been everyone up there. And credit goes to Coach Samus, our offensive line coach. Like I've never met a smarter mind in football so far. I mean, you ask something and like he has answers for everything. Like he's never been stumped by a question we have. And I think that's why we're able to play so well on Saturdays, is because during the week, like our preparation is rigorous, but it's worth it.
Great. Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I mean, obviously being a seasoned guy there at William and Mary, uh, do people kind of look at you as a leader of that offensive line, that program? I mean, are you a leader amongst your position group? I mean, uh, talk to me about you and your leadership qualities.
Yeah, I definitely. I think my leadership qualities have increased dramatically during my time at William and Mary. Like I started 2019 as the new guy, um, and I would say pretty quickly, um, I can confidently say that I gained a lot of the respect of my teammates. Was elected to the leadership council, so I was on that for 2 years. But more importantly, like I think again, not to like talk too much about it, but I think off our offensive line was definitely like the catalyst behind this team. We had three um, 3 6-year guys on it. Me, the left guard, and the center, and it all starts with our center Ryan Ripley. I mean, he has a really great story. Former walk-on to starter to captain, 2-year captain. Battled through a lot of injuries, so like he's definitely the leader we all look to. But then a lot of us, just try to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Nice. So let's kind of transition a bit to us talking about you on the football field as well. I mean, we were talking about some of your accolades there, but let's kind of talk about like the daily grind. I mean, you got to get into the film room, do your work there, get in the weight room, get yourself physically prepared. Obviously, go out on the practice field as well and get yourself ready for your opponent on the weekend. Talk to me about that daily grind. Let's first chat about like the film room. I mean, how has that developed over the years, and how has that helped you really deliver on the weekends in your game?
Yeah, I mean, you could argue film is just as important as having a really good practice. In the off season, I still think it's important. Like we were talking about, I watch a lot of NFL guys, try to see how they're handling certain wide rushers, especially in the NFL. Like some of these pass rushers are crazy. So watching how they do it. But then in the season, like I try to watch like at least 3 to 4 full games of the team to get a picture of what they are. And then our offensive line coach will have about 2 to 3 different types of cut ups a day. We also watch practice, make sure there are no mental errors, no misassignments, and we go from there. And then actually, it was about 2 springs ago. We had DeBrickashaw Ferguson come to practice, and I got to pick his brain a little bit.
Nice.
Man, I mean, you talk about someone who's, he's one of the true Ironmans. He never missed a snap because of his own doing. Just a great career, and he was talking to me about film study and just saying how, I mean, the scheme is very important, but he said he would lock himself in for like an hour and just pick like 2 to 3 guys that he's going to be facing in pass pro and literally just like memorize every move they have, just like so it's like mental memory. So when he gets out there on Saturday, like he already knows what move the guy's doing within a half second. So I thought that was really great advice that I've started to kind of emulate into my preparation.
Awesome. So had a chance to pick the brain of a Virginia legend.
Yeah.
So awesome. What about you in the weight room? Really quick, man. Tell me maybe how you attack that weight room, any accomplishments, or maybe even like your favorite lift. So really quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, the weight room is really important for everyone, especially offensive linemen, developing power. I think our Coach O'Mary, does a great job in there. So there's different phases. Like off season, it's all about getting bigger, stronger, and faster. And then in season, you actually still want to get stronger. It's a huge, over 12 weeks of time, so you still want to get stronger. And I would say definitely in the off season, my favorite lift day is the squat day, just because everyone's going crazy. Everyone's trying to see who's one up in each other. I just love the competition aspect of that.
Awesome, awesome. So I was just going to ask you, what's been the biggest highlight of your career? I mean, is there maybe a game or a play that sticks out in your memory?
I would say overall, like just leading the league in rushing this year as offensive line is my, proudest accomplishment. And then uh, our best game was probably when we played at Villanova this year. They were top 5 in the country. Hell of a program, and we just battled, and things went our way. But I think that's a testament to the CAA. I think it's the deepest league. Everyone, anyone can beat anyone. So any given Saturday, I guess.
Yeah, I
But
mean that's
it's a lot of
I
fun.
I can't agree with you more, man. You know, I had a chance to go to a CAA game this season, and uh, you know, the competition is just amazing. Like really from top to bottom. You know, I don't know like if there really is like a whooping boy, so to speak, in that conference because
Yeah,
really like any given day, like you know somebody can get over on the opponents there. So some great competition. If people really don't know, I mean, you know, there in the FCS, I mean, it's typically the winner of the CAA and the winner of the Missouri Valley that face off in the national championship
yeah,
every damn year. So that's just kind of how it's been, at least typically. But I mean, some great competition that you have to face regularly for sure. So.
yeah.
I do want to get a chance to meet Andrew Trainer outside of a football player. So, tell me something about yourself that's fun, unique, special. Anything that's not football, hobbies, interests, anything that you want to share. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was like the super interesting guy, but definitely with football, it's taken up a lot of time. But actually, one pretty interesting thing I did before I graduated high school for a couple years, like me and my family would road trip, and I visited every MLB stadium. So I'm a big baseball fan. So
Wow.
I've been to every MLB stadium, and some good ones, some bad ones, but I thought it was a great experience. Just getting to share that with my family and getting to see it. That's what I love about baseball too. Is like every stadium is different. No standard
Interest,
yard field. It's all the history behind it. It's awesome.
interesting. So, who's your baseball team? Who do you try and follow?
So I grew up when I was really young, started rooting for the Reds because that's my dad's team. But then the Nationals came to town, and I just fell immediately for. I was like 6 or 7 years old, so I was like, this is my team now.
Sure, awesome, awesome. Again, kid out of Alexandria, Virginia. So we're not too far away from each other. It's probably a hop, skip, and a jump, away. But tell me a little bit about your hometown. What makes it special? And maybe like if I were to come visit you, maybe where we would have to go, what would we have to do?
Yeah, I mean, I love, born and raised here in Alexandria. I think it's a great place. A lot of different types of areas. Like you can go down to Old Town, which is very touristy, but it's a great, great restaurants, great food, great stores, and then yeah, I just being so close to DC. Whenever family comes into town, it's like an automatic just to go into DC and see all the great stuff there. So I think it's a great area with a lot of history. I'm kind of like a history nerd for stuff like that. So, I know a lot of the facts about DC, so it's pretty fun.
Interesting. I was trying to think of maybe perhaps another question to throw your way that's kind of non-football related. Favorite movie? You have any favorite movie that like you really like whenever it comes on TV or whatever?
I mean, that's, maybe not my favorite all time, but if there's one movie that if it comes on TV, I'm always going to watch it. And that's The Patriot with Mel Gibson. I'm, uh,
Nice.
I'm always into that, aim small, miss small.
Interesting. So I mean, obviously, very intense movie. Mel Gibson's one hell of a character too. So he's been in a lot of good ones for sure.
Yeah.
So Andrew, as we start to wind down, I mean, we've been at it now for a while. I do want you to address a lot of scouts that I know are watching this video right now. Maybe they've seen you in action, whether it be there at William and Mary. I do also know that you were able to recently participate in the FCS Bowl, so they may have been down there as well. So. Address those scouts. Tell them why they need to take a chance on you, sign you, bring you into their program. So go ahead and give them your pitch.
Yeah, I think for starters, I just want to win. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. I know for most organizations. So I want to win. I think I can bring toughness, hustle, energy. Sorry. And then I think I have elite size, like we talked about earlier. So, and I can fit in where I need to fit in. But yeah, first and foremost, just someone who's going to be competitive from the get go, do whatever it takes to make the team and then help them win.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a guy like you said. I mean, pretty great size, almost 6'8", 320 pounds. A tackle that could, you know, do very well on either left or right side. I mean, you're willing to do that, even come inside, whenever, you're asked to. So, I mean, certainly that's not a problem for you as well. I mean, and also being a well-seasoned leader there, for your program, also is a plus for you. I mean, I do feel like you have a lot going for you as a prospect. So, I do wish you best of luck moving forward. All right, bud?
Yeah, thank you, Jimmy. I really appreciate that.
Sure. Once again, I have with me Andrew Trainer. He's an offensive tackle out of William and Mary. Definitely check him out.